All right, so there are three common imaginings that keep people poor, or at least struggling financially. Ready? Let's dive in. My name is Mr. 2020. You are listening to the Neville Goddard podcast, coming to you live from Melbourne, Australia. Let's dive in. So yesterday, we're getting in the car to take the puppies for a walk and go buy fish. Oh my God, lunch was delicious. And so we're getting in the car in the morning to take the puppies for a walk and to go buy fish. And it's time for Emmett to get a trim. We've been talking about it, but we just haven't done anything about it. And even though Victoria is driving, for some reason I have my phone with me. This is important. I normally don't carry my phone if Victoria's driving, right? I let her pay for the shit if she's driving. She's got her stuff with her, right? And she goes, we'll have to call Siggy. Let's call Siggy and get Emmett trimmed. So I thought, right, okay. And she says, call her now. I said, all right, that'll work. She's driving, I'm not. So I call Siggy. Siggy is our absolutely beautiful dog trimmer. And Emmett loves her. Emmett's a little picky about who he lets touch him, right? But Emmett just loves her. And so we call up, yo, Siggy, how's it going? It's Monday in Australia, by the way, all this is happening. Oh, hey, 20, how are you guys? Good, yada, yada, yada. Hey, Siggy, you know the reason I'm calling you, right? We need Emmett. Emmett needs a trim. Whenever you can get him in. And she goes, I just had a cancellation. I said, all right. So we took him over. I picked him up. I was only 10 minutes late for the pool. Perfecto. Now, here's the cool thing. Ready? She told me on pickup, right before you called, I had a cancellation. Right before you called, I had a cancellation. And I decided I wasn't going to fret. I wasn't going to call up a bunch of people. I wasn't going to try to book it. But right before you called, I had a cancellation. Literally, her first appointment of the week. Right? She gets in the office, quote unquote. She fires everything up, makes sure it's all ready. And the first appointment cancels. And that's my slot. I took it. Now, I want you to get how cool this is, because number one, she could have done the first of imagining that keeps people poor. Right? Oh my God, I'm out $70, $80. Right? Where am I going to get that money from? She could have imagined consequence. A lot of people imagine consequence when they hit a speed bump. When somebody cancels an appointment, for example. Hey, when you work on your own, you don't get paid if people don't buy your shit, if they don't show up. And so when somebody canceled buying her shit, told her they weren't going to show up, she could have simply imagined consequence. What's the bill that's not going to get paid since this just happened? But she didn't, right? She didn't imagine that. Number two, she also didn't imagine having to hustle. Right, the other thing that we hear from people, well, the first thing we hear from people is like, hey, yeah, if I don't do this, yes, they tell me all these consequences. They are imagining up huge consequences so they can't use the tools. They're using the tools, but they're using them as weapons, because Neville Goddard taught to imagine what implies your wishes fulfilled. He didn't say to imagine what implies, that shit, it didn't work out. That's called consequence. Number two, Siggy didn't imagine having to work for it. It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. She simply got still about the whole damn thing. Right? She imagined up something lovely after getting still. By the way, I ask her about these things. She goes, yeah, I just decided, I'm not going to do all that. She entered into the silence that she is. And then this motion within God happens. And Emmett gets his butt trimmed and his front trimmed, and he looks gorgeous. So the first imagining that keeps people broke is that they imagine consequence. Oh my God, what if I don't pay the mobile phone bill this month? Then I won't be able to get on Twitter. Oh my God, the world will come to an end. The other thing they do is they imagine they've got to work. What am I going to do? I don't know what to do. What you do is you stop and be still. We're doing a live call on this Friday. I just sent out the email. If you went in and you're not on the email list or you didn't get to email me, contact me to see if there are any spots left. This is not a big thing. We're doing just like 10 people, right? Anyway. So, Siggy didn't imagine consequence. She also didn't imagine having to earn it, work it, hustle for it, push. She settled down. She slowed down. She got real still. Now here's the cool thing, ready? I didn't know, Victoria didn't know, Siggy didn't know. Yesterday was Emmett's birthday. Right? I look on Facebook and I see 2 years ago, he looks exactly the same as he does now. He got trimmed on his birthday 2 years ago. Go figure, right? Well, maybe he got trimmed for his birthday the day before. I don't know. But it looks like the same exact clean-cut dog with bright eyes and all comfy. I think it's gorgeous. So the common imaginings that keep people broke. Number one, they imagine consequence. Number two, they imagine struggle. And the third imagining that keeps people that keeps people broke is this. They don't imagine themselves as investors. 1,970. 1,970. That's the episode number of this podcast, according to Apple. Right? Apple may or may not be correct. I don't know. I don't care. But here's the thing, guys. Always be investing. What do you think this is? This is my investment in our business. This is my investment in your business. This is me investing. Because what I am is a happy, loving teacher. I've got 3 stages that I give. Who I am is God having the adventure of a lifetime. What I am, my identities. By the way, I'm working on something really cool on this. Identity-Based Manifesting 2022, otherwise known as the Procrastination Power Pack. Because a lot of people, they don't do. They imagine themselves into an identity, but they don't do it in a way that moves them. And I want you to be moved. And move comes with a couple things like surrender. Move comes with a couple things like you stop imagining consequence and struggle. You'll notice Siggy didn't imagine consequence or struggle. She invested the moment. She imagined herself as an investor. And here's the third imagining, just to be really clear. Someday, I'll invest. Someday, 20, I'll invest. Right now, I'm too busy to do sessions. Right now, well, like that Joseph Goddard thing, I have to get up in the morning and do dumb shit. Yeah, right now, Mr. 20 doesn't work for me. Right now is all you've got. Always be investing your time, your money, your imaginal act. And I believe that's the order Neville said his wife said them in. And if I'm wrong, who cares? Because some people will get offended when I mention the word money. Some people get offended when I mention the word God. Some people just get offended. Why? Because they're imagining what? Consequence, struggle. And they're not imagining investing right now. Because if you have that trifecta going on, you're not going to have room for bullshit. If you got gold today, manifestingmasterycourse.com. Here's why. 10 to 15 minutes a day total. That's the time to do the lesson. That's the time to do the homework. Joey, who just completed Triple D, is deep into manifestingmasterycourse.com. I got to commend a guy who actually, like Lisa LaRock. Lisa LaRock dove into Triple D, and I didn't even know who she was. Right? But here's the cool thing. Joey just put up a post, and he says, yeah, he did it. We always say, hey, sneak in the homework. Do it in 3-minute chunks 3 times a day. Right? So you just do a little assignment for 3 minutes or so. And he snuck off and did it in the bathroom at work. What do you think's happening in his life? He's not going, I'll wait to invest until I get home, or I'll wait until the weekend. He's got that attitude of Abdullah. Anyway, manifestingmasterycourse.com. If you've got 15 minutes a day max, you don't have any excuses, do you? Have a lovely day. My name is Mr. 2020. This is Melbourne, Australia, live. And these have been the 3 imaginal acts that keep people broke. Consequence, complication, and someday I will invest. Stop. Do it now. See ya.